This is a 2014 Toyota Highlander and it doesn't come with the remote start feature. Today I will be installing a remote start on this vehicle. This is how it works. Press the lock button on the remote 3 times with about 1 second between presses. There will be a beep at each press. After 3 presses, there will be 1 more beep with 3 flashes of the light. The light will flash 6 more times, then the vehicle will start. This entire process takes about 8 seconds. I bought this on Amazon and I will put a link in the description below. This starter works on the push start models of 2014 to 2019 Toyota Highlanders, 2018 to 2019 Toyota CHR, and 2016 to 2018 Toyota Land Cruisers. Let's start the installation, but let's see what's inside the box. Inside the box is the remote start module. There are spaces here for 5 connectors, but only 4 are needed for this installation. This is the wiring harness. It looks very durable and the wires are protected. It comes with more than enough plastic tie straps. They included this pin for the hood, which is optional for vehicles that do not have one. My vehicle comes with this pin for the hood, which sends a signal to the computer to tell when the hood is open. Here is a pry tool to help remove panels. Finally, here is a programming guide. This shows how to program the starter module, but does not show the installation process. I will take you through the entire installation process. I will be using these additional tools: a 10mm socket with an extension and a screwdriver. This impact driver is not necessary, but it will help to speed up the installation process. Let's now go install this remote starter in the vehicle. These white connectors should go to the main electrical control unit or ECU. These black connectors should go to the steering lock connector. And these wires connect to the remote start module. The entire process involves removing the steering lock cover, removing the lower dash, connecting the wire harness to the main ECU and the steering lock, connecting the harness to the remote start module and programming the remote start module. Secure the remote start module and wires with the plastic tie strap, then finally reinstall the lower dash and steering lock cover. Let's get started. I will start the vehicle to be able to turn the steering wheel. Turning the steering wheel will give access to these 2 screws which holds the steering lock cover. One screw is out. And the second screw is out. Lower the steering wheel adjuster, then use the pry tool to pop the steering lock cover out. Do this for both sides and remove the cover. The connector that the wire harness should be connected to is right here. Remove this for later. Squeeze a pin at the top right here and pull. It's time to remove the lower dash. The installation process can be done without removing the entire dash, but removing it provides more space, which makes the job easier. If you do not want to remove the entire dash, just remove this side cover here and pull the dash open. But I will remove the entire dash by removing 1 bolt and 2 screws at the bottom. Let's get this dash off. There is a 10mm bolt here to be removed, and I will first have to get this panel out of the way. Down here is a little plastic tab that secures the side panel. Use your hand to remove this. The tab is out, so the panel can now be shifted. This is the bolt to be removed. Use the pry tool to remove this side panel, then use a 10mm socket to remove the bolt. The bolt is out. The lower dash can now be popped out. At this point, you can now try to connect the wire harness if your hands are small enough to fit here, but I will remove the whole thing. Now it is time to remove the 2 screws at the bottom. One is right here and one on the other side. The first screw is out. The second screw is right here. The second screw is out and I can now use the pry tool to remove the lower dash. As you can see here, there is now a lot of room to work. This is the connector that is connected to the main ECU, which should be removed. Squeeze a small clip to the side of the connector and pull, or use the pry tool to squeeze the clip like I'm doing here. The connector is now out and it's time to carefully connect the wire harness while avoiding breaking any of the pins. Connect the wire harness to the ECU, then connect the factory connector to the wire harness. Secure with one plastic tie strap and clip the end. Now to the steering lock connector. Connect the factory connector to the wire harness, then connect the wire harness to the steering lock connector. Secure with a tie strap and clip the excess end. Now it is time to connect and program the remote start module. While the vehicle is turned off, press and hold the programming button. Then connect the black connector and the wire harness. The blue LED indicator will light up, then other color LED lights will alternate. When the LED light switches back to the blue LED, release the programming button. The blue LED light should stay on. If not, unplug and restart the process. If the blue LED stays on, insert the other 3 remaining connectors. Press the push start button twice to turn on the ignition while foot is off the brake pedal. Keep foot off the brake pedal to not start the vehicle. After the ignition is on, the blue LED will turn off. Wait for the blue LED to flash rapidly and constantly, then push the push start button once to turn off the ignition. The blue LED will turn off and the remote start module will be fully programmed. Let's give it a test before securing the rest of the wires and reinstalling the lower dash and steering lock cover. To start, press the lock button 3 times. As you can see, it works. When the vehicle starts remotely, it will run for 15 minutes then turn off. To turn off the vehicle manually, press the lock button 3 times. If you enter the vehicle after it is started remotely, the vehicle will shut down. Just restart the vehicle and get on your way. This remote feature will allow you to warm up and cool down your vehicle from the comfort of your house. Just leave the vehicle in the desired climate control or AC setting. So this remote start will help with the problem of entering a cold or hot car. Everything is working fine, so it's time to reinstall the lower dash and the steering lock cover. When those are completed, the job will be done. I will be using the tie straps to secure the remote starter module as well as the wire harness. I can't stress enough how useful this will be during the winter time. That's it guys. Please like, share and subscribe. And as always, see you on the next one guys.